Good morning, students. Once again, welcome you all in my YouTube channel. I am Sunil Sangre on the behalf of KK Polytechnic and Department of Computer Technology. Welcome you all. So today we are going to discuss the concept which is belong to the unit number 3, combination logic design and circuits. And that concept is decoder and encoders. So we'll see in detail decoders. The decoder is a combinational circuit that has n input lines and maximum of 2 raised to n output lines. One of these outputs will be the active high based on the combination of inputs present when the decoder is enabled. That means a decoder detects a particular code. The output of the decoder are nothing but the min term of an input variable in a math processing error or line when it is enabled. So a decoder has n inputs and 2 raised to n outputs. A decoder selects one of the 2 raised to n output by decoding the binary value on the n inputs. Means what is the exactly the input on the depends on that input, it will consider the particular input line. The decoder generates all of the minterms of the n input variable. So exactly one of the output will be active for each combination of the input. So active means we'll see. So here the symbol of decoder. So here the n inputs and 2 raised to n output. Suppose we have the 2 inputs, so 2 raised to 2, so that time the output will be a 4. So here the example decoders, so we have the input line 2 A and B, so that's why depends on that 2 input, the output line will be 4 because of 2 raised to 2 is 4. So that output lines out 0, out 1, out 2, out 3, but which particular output line will be select, always it depends on the combination of input. So suppose the input of A and B is 0 0, then always it will consider the output line 0, and that time that active line will be the W here. So output line will be considered that W. So the input is given on that line. Then suppose the A and B is 0 1, then that time the X will consider the active output line. If A and B is 1 0, then that time Y output line will be considered, and 1 1, that time Z output line will be considered. So here these min terms are given. W is equal to A bar into B bar. Because of A is 0 and B is 0, already we know that is always in a min term it gives the bar. So this is the truth table for the decoder for the 2S4 decoder. This is active low output. So here the bubbles are given in output lines, so it's inverse, it consider that inverse output. So always it gives the high output if there is no any input. But when a particular input is given, that time the particular output line will be selected, and on that output line will get the 0, and 0 inverse is 1. So we'll always get the 1 output. So another, this is a 3S to 8 line decoder. So here the 3 input lines A, B, C. So 2 raised to 3 is 8. So output lines will be Y0 to Y7. That means 8 output lines will be there. Applications of decoder are used in many types of applications. One example is in a computer for the I/O selection. Computer must communicate with the variety of the external devices called as a peripheral by the sending and or receiving the data through the known input and output parts. Each I/O parts has a number which is called as addresses and which uniquely identify using the decoder. Binary data are transferred within the computer on a data bus which is set of the parallel lines. Decoder with the enable line. So here the another example is the enable line is given, and that if that enable line is active high or active low depends on if the active high, if that line has a 1, so here enable line is always 1 1 1, and that time only that decoder will work. Whatever the input is given A and B, that will be processed and given to the particular output lines. So this is another truth table for the decoder. Decoder with the enable with the low enable, that is a negative enable or active low enable signal. So that time always if the enable signal is 0, then and then this decoder will work. So I hope you clear the concept of decoder. Thank you for watching. We'll see the next lecture, the concept of encoder. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe my channel.